Now, for another quick question here, we've got some data from City of San Francisco, and it's just some data about some health inspections for particular businesses. We have some attributes relating to the business, as well as some attributes relating to a violation of some sort, if there was one. So for example, here, this business on this particular date got this violation description here. Okay. And ultimately, what our task is for every year, we want to look at the number of violations for a business called Roxanne Cafe. So ultimately, there's a Roxanne Cafe buried in here somewhere, and we just want to see how many violations there were per year. Now, how do we know whether there is a violation or not? We know, just based off what they gave us here, whether there is a value for the violation ID column. Okay, cool. So we want the number of violations by year as shown here in the expected output. But one little quick thing to note is that the inspection date here is containing years, whereas our inspection date has everything. So the year, the month, and the day. So we actually want to just extract the year. Okay, nice. So first and foremost, what I think I might do is I might just store this in a new data set. So what I'll say is data is equal to this data set here, just so I don't have to actually type out that long data set name every time I want to use it. So I can just type in data from now on. Okay. So if I take a look at data, nothing changes. It's the same data, just I can just refer to it as data from now on. Cool. So ultimately, what I want to do is I want to filter out values that contain the business name Roxanne Cafe. And what we probably also want to do is only take rows where there is a violation ID, because we are only interested in ones where there is a violation ID. So what I'll say is condition 1 is equal to, we need the business name to be Roxanne Cafe. So what I can say is data, and let's get the business name and ensure that that's equal to Roxanne Cafe. And it looks like we can use this like exact string here. Okay. And C2 is going to be series values where the violation ID isn't missing. So we can say data violation ID dot not null. Cool. And ultimately what we want to do is let's just look at Roxanne Cafe as a new variable, and we want to filter our data so that both of these conditions are true. So we can take our data dot log, and we want C1 to be true, and we want C2 to be true. And just a little pandas thing here, each of your conditions do have to be in brackets, so C1 and C2 has to be true. Cool, and I'll copy those rows and make sure that our cafe stores rows that meet these two conditions. Okay, so let's just, take a look at our cafe, and if I copy, paste, and option return on my Mac, I get only business names of Roxanne Cafe, and the IDs are all not null. Okay. Now what we should probably do is extract just the years. So we know that this is a date, just because we're told that it takes on a datetime 64. And what we ultimately want to do is just get the years, and we'll do that by using DT. So if we go our cafe, let's grab the inspection date column and .dt.year, and that will get just the years. Okay, so if I run this, we get just the years. And what I might actually do is I might overwrite the column so that the new column is equal to just the year part, like this. And just a quick sanity check. Perfect. So it runs, and we get just the years. Cool. So ultimately, all that we really have to do now is group in terms of years, and then count the number of violation IDs. So .group by each inspection date, and then what we'll do is grab the violation ID, returning its count, like that. So this should do the trick. Ultimately, if I run this, we're going to get 523. We don't actually have the column that we're grouping by, just the way these tables are rendered in StrataScratch. So what you have to do is just .reset index, and this will get the column that we grouped by as well. So we get the inspection date here. Okay. And so this is ultimately what we're looking for. We have 5 violations in 2015, 2 in 2016, and 3 in 2018. This should pass a check. No dramas. And that's pretty much how you do it. So filter only ones where these 2 conditions are true, and then for each year value, count the number of violation IDs.